Look at that hole, flipping heck, it's a beast. Hello, it's James from Finney Electrical, and on today's video we're doing a first fix on the kitchen. So there's loads of stuff happening on this one. So there's like down lights we've got to add on, there's island pendant lights, there's island sockets, we've got a little ladder light to put in where you open the door and the sensor pings in. So there's loads of stuff happening on this one. So let's get into this. Right then, so into the job. It's like a little kitchen diner, nice big space to work with. So we'll explain what's going in and then we'll explain how we're going to cable it and wire it up. Right then, this is the job here. So we've got a little kitchen, dining room, seating area. So if you look over here, the lighting at the moment, they've got 6 spots around this section. So we're just going to add another 2. We're going to go for like a little sensor light in here in this ladder cupboard. So there'll be a light shining through the ladder, so when you open it up, it'll sense you and turn on. Over here, there's going to be like a canopy with 2 lights in and an extractor. So that's the lighting basically sorted. The switch will be behind the unit, but we're going to bring it out and actually put it in the actual side panel of the unit itself, so it's going to look really neat and sweet. We're going to bring a 2 gang over here, which will do the pendant over here and the spots. The appliances, there's going to be a wine cooler here, another appliance in here. You got a single oven, warming drawer, little 2 induction hob there, and then you got your Arga here, little island socket here, and then what we're going to do is just replace these 2 sockets for brush chrome because the client's quite happy with the positions. So that's what it's going to look like. Let's just show what it looks like currently. Right then, so I'm just sat in the seating area at the moment. That's the dining room area. So what we've got to do, like we said, there's going to be an island here. Now apparently the builder said it's a type of flooring where you can kind of drill down and pop up. So it is a concrete base, but you should be able to get underneath it, he said. So what we'll have to do is, for the power here, we've got to bring the kitchen socket ring. We'll have to drill there and try and pop out here somehow, so that should be interesting. We've faintly marked out the island, so it's quite a big island. And we've got a pendant marked out already for the middle. So basically, that's the middle where the island's going. We're going to get his lace level on that, and that'll shine a spot on the ceiling for the pendant to hang over dead centre. For the switching, we've got a 2-gang switch here, like we said, so we're going to chop that in and get 2 3-core earths over to the other switch. And basically that's going to do the island pendant and the spots. So that'll be that. So like we said before, there's going to be fridge freezer here and like a little ladder, pulley out ladder thing. So that switch is going to get covered over. So what we're going to have to do is pull all the cabling out, leave it dangling, and then that's going to get brought into the side panel of the new unit, so it's going to look really nice. So the downlights at the moment, there's just 6 in. So we're going to swap them over for new ones, but we're also going to add another 2. So we've got another one to put in there, the same distance apart, and another one to put in here. So we're going to remove all the old stuff, so there's cables hanging out for old under cabinet lights, and basically all they want is just sockets above the worktop. So we're just going to replace that, replace this. That's switch fuse spares, just going to ditch off. That's going to ditch off, and we're going to keep that to turn on the cabinet lights for the little canopy area. So as you can see, there's quite a bit going in. So to get the cables where they need to go, it's going to be a bit awkward. We're going to have to run power through the ceiling and down to that fridge area. It's going to be pretty interesting how we power things up and route the cables. But yeah, let's get into this. So first thing we're going to do is disconnect all the things that are being removed. So we'll just take them out first. So we've disconnected a few things. We'll just drop the down lights just so we know which way the dry's running as well. We'll move on to that later. So we've done, we've pulled that box out and installed a new one at the right height. Because for some reason they used like the world's longest nail to attach it to the breeze. So yeah, I'm not going to reuse that box. So that's perfectly laser levelled. So that goes through the middle of this eye here, and then that'll actually slide up to get it level. That runs through the middle of the eyelets again, or the lugs. So over here, what we're going to do is just bring this socket down slightly, so you can see there the layers leveled up match up, and then on this side same again, so just slightly out, so we'll get that fixed. This cable here is the 6mm feed, so what we'll have to do is pull that up into the ceiling, do a joint, and then extend it down so we can do the isolation in the back of the cupboards. The under cabinet lighting is it's actually fed from over there. So again, what we'll do, we'll just bring that into the ceiling and extend that down to where we need it to go. Right then, so whilst I'm levelling those sockets off, Hayden's gonna get the big badass drill. It's a big 6-inch drill, just to make some routes through the ceiling so we can get cables down to those fridges over there, and also the switching down to the switch over there. So then, if you're going to drill a hole, you might as well drill a big one, because it's the same amount of effort to fill a big hole than a little hole, so at least you can get his hand in there and you've got plenty to play with. So with this ceiling, it's kind of constructed where the joists run like this way across. So if they run kind of down the room, we could have just kind of drilled one hole and then kind of fished the cable along the ceiling to where we need it to be, because it's kind of run every 400 or 600 down the ceiling that way. It means basically there'll be a big long line of cuts into the ceiling where we need to get the access holes in. So we'll leave Hayden doing that, and I'll level the sockets.
Why?
Right, Hayden's been making some cheese. So we've got a few holes in the ceiling. So they're just access holes so we can actually get the cables through. So like for this switch, we've got to get 2 3-core earths over and down to this switch for the two ways. So that'll just mean you can switch 2 lights either side of the room. And then I've done the leveling now, so if you look, perfectly goes through the eyelet there. Perfectly goes through the eyelet here. Oh, you can't see. There we go. That's coming out, so we'll ditch that out. And that's the same again. That nips through the middle of the eyelet or the lug holes. So once it's all plastered, it should look perfect. And obviously this one that Hayden's put in, he's done a good job. That goes straight through the middle of there as well. Right then, so next little job for me, I've got to try get up this little tile here, which is in the middle of the island. And then apparently this is like a concrete floor, but there's only that much concrete, and then it's like a foam. So we'll have to dig down and then try and send one of those orange rods in on an angle and try and fish him up underneath one of the units. So what we've done, the units, we've got like a little unit to here and then like a 600 unit there. So we've just landed this little hole here. So we started already. So I have to basically try and fish him to there. But the reason I've done it there is because the legs of the units will sit about here and here and about here and here. So yeah, you don't want to start drilling holes for cables to come up where the legs are going to be. So this is what I'm going to do with. So it's all like concrete, and then you've got like a polystyrene layer. So yeah, we're going to have to try and get a cable from there over to there, which should be interesting. Right then, so we've got this hole in, so we dug down, so you've got your kind of concrete layer here, and there's like foam underneath. So we're going to try and rod it from here over to there now, and hopefully it goes in. What a nightmare. So we failed rodding under the polystyrene layer, but apparently there's a void underneath this again, so we'll just try and pull this section out here, and then there should be a big void to send it under and pop up there. So let's see how that goes, eh? hole, flipping heck. It's a beast. Look at this bottomless pit we've had to dig to get the cable in. My goodness. So yeah, there's a nice void under there and it seems quite empty, so we're just going to dig down there now with this big meter bit and try and fish him up there somehow. Oh hey, we've got the second hole to the abyss. Right, so we've got his rod in, so we've got to try and fish from there. And just to flash on and try and grab it in there and bring him up here somehow. That's it. Flipping it. Right, pull back slightly. Slightly does it. There we go, we're in. Right then, so we're just going to pull the cables in for this island. So there's basically just going to be two legs here which will do the island socket, the wine cooler, and there's a dishwasher going here as well. So we're going to pull that through to there, and that's all the power done. Also going down here, we're going to have the Aga, which is just a gas Aga, and extractor fan powered up from here. We've got the combi mic and the warming drawer here as well, and then we've got like the 6mm for the little induction hob at the side of the Aga. So what we'll do, we'll have two legs out here which will do two sockets, and then we're going to have a leg coming out of here which we just talked about. Sockets just going to get replaced, they've all been levelled off, so that'll sort that out. What else we've got this box is coming out, and that'll get extended down to the Aga 45 amp switch which we just talked about. Not the Aga, sorry, the little induction knob. And then I'm just going to pull this fuse spur out, and then that'll be done. What else we're going to do? I think we're going to get some power over to the fridge section as well, so we'll have to get a 2.5 from here up, over and down to there, so we can have a socket there which will plug in for the two fridge and freezers. So it's just one left, one right, and then that'll be that done. That'll be all the power done, so I'll do that now. So we'll get that pulled in. Meanwhile, Hayden's getting his cables in for his lighting. So all these have to be pulled out and then dangling, because like we said, that's going to go into the side of the unit. So Hayden's just getting his two-way cables in. So it's a 3-core earth cable. So if you have a look at the cable, there's 3 cores there basically. It's like interrogation this. Yeah, so you got 3 cores there and an earth. So that's just does the two-way. So he's got 2 of those to bring over across to here, and then that'll be that switch wired. Right then, let's crack on with this. So between me and Hayden, we've got it all in, so we'll just take you through what we've done. Right then, as you can see, there's loads of holes in the wall and cables hanging out, but once it's all plastered, it's going to look great. So we've got a 2-gang switch over there, so that's going to 2-way to the other switch, which is going to go in the side of the unit, and that's going to switch the pendant on and the down lights. We've just wired up a temporary thing at the moment, just so they can actually use the lights in here. So again, they'll just stick out there, and then they'll get wired into the actual side of the unit, so they're like an end panel here. They'll kind of run behind, down and through, so that'll look really nice. We've got your 2 extra down lights there wired. That's wired in for the sensor, so again that's going to be like a little ladder, so you open your cupboard, there'll be a little sensor that'll pick you up and your lights will turn on. Sockets in, remove the old fuse spur here. You've got 2 cables there, one for extractor and one for the, there's going to be like 2 lights in this little canopy area. Socket, same position, but it's all been levelled. Down here we've got power which goes under the island for dishwasher, island socket, wine cooler, and also down here is going to be the single oven. There's power there for an induction hob and the warming drawer and the little microwave oven. So we'll be back in a few weeks just to get this finished off, so the kitchen will be all fitted, it'll be plonked on top of our cables, and we'll just come in after and get all the appliances powered up from the back of the cupboards. All these lights are getting swapped out for new ones, so it's going to be nice and bright in here. We're going to have new brush chrome switches on, stuff like that. We're going to get the nice brush chrome island socket in, it's going to look great. So if you like this kind of content, hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit the little bell notification so you know when we're next uploaded. As always, have a good one from me, and I'll see you on the next one.